G'day, viewers.
Hello, viewers.
End of another week.
Absolutely.
Time to look at what's fucked up. Look, it's politics. Time
Politics.
for more drunk politics.
Oh, I tell you what.
We've been talking. We had a nice meal.
We did, actually.
We mixed a drink.
We mixed a couple of drinks.
We talked about who we fucking hated.
And we found that the feeling was mutual.
Yeah, the Australian government, the Liberal National Party Conservative Coalition hates us. We hate them right back.
They hate me particularly.
Yeah.
I fit into every box that they don't like.
If you're wondering, if you're one of the people...
I am thinking about having a sex change to become an unmarried mother because, frankly, that's the only way I could be hated more.
Honestly, and that wouldn't help. You see, if you're wondering why we might be so upset, the policies being introduced by this government in their budget will literally kill him.
Yes, it's fantastic. We worked it all out, and we worked out that if everything is taken to the full extent that they want to take it to, vis-a-vis the safety net, vis-a-vis the type of person who is allowed to access the safety net, vis-a-vis the type of thing you're expected to do for the safety net.
We did have a couple drinks, okay? Excuse us.
Right. I actually am gonna have no money at all and nowhere to live in about 3 months.
And no medical care.
No medical care.
So this is why, and hilariously, our treasurer Joe Hockey this week decided, I've got to sell this. There's this overwhelming thought that the budget is unfair, and that's just because people don't understand.
They just don't understand how fair it is that if you're not white, well-off, middle-class, already educated, and already of a privileged persuasion, that you'll be okay. Everyone else
is fucked.
Is fucked.
The reason people think this budget is unfair is not because the government hasn't communicated it well.
They've been communicating their ample butts off.
Yeah. It's the fact is, this budget has said to the most vulnerable people, you are fucked. We are going to fuck you hard. No lube, no reach around. It's going to be unpleasant, is what we're saying.
And we've gone to ourselves, all right. They've done all this. They've decided to fuck the poor very hard. And they've decided to fuck the disadvantaged very, very hard. And we've gone, they're the government, that is their want to do. Why? What did the poor ever do to them?
Well, it seems like some people have gone, what's the goal? They've gone, so they're going to do this, fuck over the poor people, they'll bring us into surplus, and the goal is to fuck over the poor, okay?
That's the end.
It's the end of their game. It's not like, okay, make people go through their hard times and then bounteous prosperity for everyone. No. The goal is to fuck these people. They've decided we don't like you if you're young, if you're poor, if you're disabled, if you are any way apart from white and privileged, we fucking hate you.
If you're an immigrant or the children of immigrants, if you're black or the children of blacks, if you don't speak English or you're the children of don't speak English, if you speak English in the wrong way.
Look, purely simply, I am a well-off white guy. I've got a really lucrative job, okay? Him, not so much. Dirty scum over here.
I rely on him to keep me from starving.
So it's just basically when hockey goes on, when Abbott goes on, when all those pricks go on about, that sort of language, that's like class war. Yes, it is class war, and the rich are the ones who fucking declared it, and they're the ones who are winning.
And it'd be almost okay if the budget got into surplus. But it's not going to go into surplus.
And that's the other thing. it would also be kind of okay if there was any reality behind what they were doing. But it's all
the crisis.
budget emergency. It's a crisis.
Crisis.
Warning, Will Robinson. Warning.
There's no
It's
crisis.
not fucking true. We've got
There's
one of
no
the
crisis.
strongest economies in the OECD. Oh, debt. It's all on credit card. We can't do it. We've got the lowest debt to GDP ratio of virtually any comparable country. The whole thing is predicated on a lie. If they had to do it, like, oh no, we're going to default. No one will fund our economy. No one will invest in us. Oh no, we have to be mean to people. They don't have to be. They're choosing to be.
Doing it because they want to do it.
This is what they want. That's their end game. Their end game is to create a permanent underclass. People who can't ever change their jobs. People who can't challenge their boss. People who have to put up with harassment. People have to put up with abuse. People have to put up with 40 hours unpaid overtime a week, because if they lose their job, they're cut dead for a minimum of 6 months. And this whole thing, oh yes, you don't get any unemployment benefits for 6 months, but you still have to apply for 40 jobs a month. How do you apply for a job when you've got no money for a phone, no money for an internet connection, no money for a bus or for rent or to wear decent clothes to your job interview? It's basically, it is class warfare. They're the ones who said it. It's fucking class warfare, but they're the ones who declared it.
They are basically making an obedient underclass.
Do not dare to question your overlords, is what they are saying. Because you are fucked. We are putting into law that you can be sacked for any reason. Don't want to fuck your boss? You're sacked. Don't want to work 10 hours overtime unpaid?
Fired.
Just do what you're told. Never question authority.
Excuse me, boss. This very old equipment or plant looks unsafe and dangerous. Get in there and fix it or you're fired.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried I might catch on it.
Yeah. Die, don't worry, there's another desperate povo who'll take the job after you get ground up in the industrial machinery. See, and that's why we're fucking pissed off at these people, okay? Because they're the ones who declared war. And when you question them, they go, oh, that's class warfare. Damn fucking straight it is.
It is class warfare, and please stop picking on the poor and vulnerable. It's not good for you and it will backfire in your face. The trouble is you're starting the class warfare with the young and you shouldn't have done that. You should have done it with people our age.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to cop it too, but thing is we've copped it before. In the 1980s there was this big scare goes round about productivity, and they said Australia's the land of the long weekend. Basically you can do nothing and get paid a ridiculous unionised wage for it. And it's a wage that'll feed a whole family and you do nothing for it. So you've basically got to do more work for less money to make us competitive overseas. Little did we know that no one overseas gave a shit about our market anyway, so it didn't actually matter. We weren't actually doing anything, but we did get much more productive. We're one of the most productive nations on earth. And this time round, they're doing it to the young kids. The young kids have never known a time of lack. They've never known a time of not plenty. And so they're now saying, oh, there's no more plenty. The plenty's gone. You've got to work harder at the thing that you don't like, and you've got to be obedient. These kids have never been obedient. They don't do anything for more than 3 minutes a time before they get bored and want to do something else. And that's not going to change overnight, but they're trying to change it overnight. So what they're going to do is they're going to cut off all their money and see how they survive without that. And what's going to happen next is they're going to go, I've always just got money, and I like just having money, so I want just money. Who's got money to give me? The people in the suits have money to give me. Give me money. No, serf, you're not getting any money. And so basically what's going to happen next is crime is going to spike.
Yeah.
to a point that we've never seen before. So be ready to protect yourself.
So essentially, we're looking in Australia at Mad Max coming true, basically. So that's what we've got to look forward to. These fucking privileged pricks in positions of power shitting all over everyone, and the low and downtrodden probably turning against the middle, which is not who they should turn against, but that's usually what happens.
Usually how it goes.
Really rife crime, awfulness. And this is the party of the family that's going to do this to us. So yeah, look forward to when Australia is a fucking hellish landscape reminiscent of Mad Max. We fucking told you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll probably come back again sometime soon to tell you again.
Again, fairly soon, about what's going to happen. Now, you've basically had, in the one breath, our political leaders going around the country and around the world saying, Australia, open for business. Well, yeah, it is open for business, but no one wants what we're selling.
Yeah.
Everyone who wants the stuff out of the ground has already bought it.
Yeah.
And now they're just dragging it out of the ground. And the stuff that we make, well, we don't make anything anymore. We basically got rid of all our industry, and now we're hospitality and education. And you know that if you're from overseas and you've got a lot of money, you can buy a degree. You basically come in, and it's got to the point where it's overt now, that if you come in and you're, say, from a Mandarin-speaking country, I don't know which one.
Any of the many Mandarin-speaking countries.
And you pay the amount of money that you would buy a house for a degree, you don't actually have to turn up for lectures. You don't actually have to turn in essays. You just turn up.
You just have to pay the money
at the end and say, give me my degree, and you'll get it. Because they will bend over backwards to pass you. You won't get high honours. If you actually put the work in, you'll get high honours. But if you rock up at the end of the time and say, I want my piece of paper, you'll get your piece of paper. This defeats everybody. It defeats everybody who's worked for the degree. It defeats everyone else in the uni who's got the degree, because it's now worth what you know, which is nothing. And so you rock back up to a place where Mandarin is spoken often, and say, I have a degree from Australia, and after about 10 years people are going to go, yeah, you do, but it's not the same as a degree from New Zealand. It's not the same as a degree from Seattle. It's not the same as a degree from Silicon Valley. So, yeah.
So, yeah, fortunately, almost certainly, this is a one-term government that we're facing. In fact, we've literally, I don't recall in my life seeing a government go from having a huge surge into power to within 6 months being hated by 70% of the population.
They just nosedived into the shit. It was really amazing. And they did it in a simple budget, saying, oh, we hate you. All the people we massaged and soaped up to get in, we're now basically rinsing off the soap with acid, and we're going to whip you till you bleed. And so you're all going to be bleeding more, and there's no Band-Aids to go around because we're killing health. Yeah, sorry.
So, look, over the coming years, we're bound to have endless material to rant about in a drunken and unhinged way.
What was your favourite statement of the last couple of weeks?
Well, look, everyone's been focusing on Abbott saying Canada, which was funny, but it's meaningless compared to the actual cuntery of what Abbott does, like saying he's a conservationist when he wants to wipe out old-growth forest, wants to dredge the Great Barrier Reef, where he literally wants it to make it illegal to have protests based on environmental causes. It's just basically he's a cunt, is what I'm saying.
Do you know what my favourite is?
What was your favourite?
Okay, my favourite Abbottism was he was talking to the American Chamber of Commerce, saying how everyone's been knocking Australia cutting back on its overseas aid budget, which it did. Like, cut it 90%, cut it to the bone.
Big time.
And he said, Now listen, when all these disasters happened in Asia, we were right in there to help them, right? We were right in there to help them no matter what happened. When the Bali bombers bombed Australians, the week after there was a tsunami, and we were in there helping, even after we'd been bombed.
Yeah,
Same breath.
Basically,
Same breath.
he's an arsehole, is what we're saying.
He's equating a whole nation's suffering to terrorist actions of a fringe group. Nice guy. Nice
Basically,
guy.
he's a piece of shit. He's got like a 30% approval rating. The majority of the country thinks he's a prick. And the only plus is he gives us heaps of material.
We do get heaps of material off Abbott. He has been finding it difficult to talk to people over in America because no one wants to be near him.
Yeah, look at the photos of him with Obama and look at his body language. Hilarious. So, look, again, here, we've been ranting about him a lot. We're going to do it a lot more because the wanker keeps giving us material, okay? So, yeah, we might leave it there for now, but trust us, we'll be back and we'll be doing it some more.
See you.
See you. Bye.
See yous.